Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap, as it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Minnesota Vikings. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Rainey got his man complete over the middle. It's Drake. So 8 yards on the completion there. And they'll be left with second and a couple. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
Now the former Sun Devil, it's Cam Scalaboo. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Now a play fake here on first down. Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. The Vikings hit 4-5, a game under 500, and they come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here. Losers of 5 straight.
And far be it from me to go ahead and go gloom and doom, right? If they fall down 7-0, 14-0, all of a sudden the cycle starts all over again. So the best way out of this for them, they need something to happen positive early in this game. That's a great way to help break this losing skid.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
It's a
big play that time on the catch and run. 38 yards.
First and goal.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. They run. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be second and goal coming up.
That's good hard running right there on first and goal. That gets him down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
From the 2 now, second and goal.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown! Jordan Addison, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings move it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. They defer to Brown to start the drive. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and attack them and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. They'll send the tight end in motion. Here's Dart. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
4th down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt. Back deep, Rashid Shaheed.
This is fielded at the 27. That'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown. They got the stop, and now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they should.
And got his man complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That goes for a gain of 31.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
First down, here's Scatterby.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the Vikings who won that one on the road, so they'll look for the sweep here in Minneapolis.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Here we go. 60. Panther 60.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but maybe circle this play, because if they get the stop and hold them to a field goal here, that's a pretty good job. They're already down on the scoreboard.
A stop now would be vital for them, because it could save them from having to do it multiple times later in the game in order to either get back into it or maybe have a chance to win.
7 Pirates. Cougar 19.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rainey. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
Sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback is simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop.
Here's Dart. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Brought down that time by Quay Walker.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
At the Packers' 14-yard line.
Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5.
Let's go. Let's go.
Back to throw. Rainey. Over the middle, he finds Arroyo. And the Vikings are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right to the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
2nd and 3. This is caught. A touchdown saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. The sneak successful from a yard out, and the Vikings are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10.
And they'll begin here with a run by Brown.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings.
And they've been excellent against the pass, the number 6 unit in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Dart going to look to throw here. This complete to the tight end, Tucker Kraft.
13 yards, 1st down, Packers.
That's good for the Packers. 1st down. A gain of 13 yards. 1st down, Green Bay.
$14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And now a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
To the air, Dart.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a 1st down. I still find it utterly unbelievable that this guy was unsigned heading into the year. Now here he is throwing passes for his new mates.
And my hat's off to their front office. You know, from the GM to the personnel department, they identified the guy that they wanted, needed, and found a way to make the deal.
On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on the heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Throwing, Dart.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10.
Dart from the gun on 3rd down.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. So a couple of 1st downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
2 sides to every coin. This is the bad side of missing the 58-yarder. Now they start at the 48.
On the ground, it's Scatterboo to start the drive. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run from the gun with Scatteroo. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. If this defense wants to stay in this ball game, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Come on. 79 Broncos. Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps. And the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, okay.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
This is Brown going up the middle. And this will be a Packers first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
From the shotgun, a throw for Dart. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. Still on his feet. Touchdown, Packers. Romeo Doubs, 59 yards. And the Packers get a bit closer. The extra point splits the uprights. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7.
Is that Little Bubs I hear? What you doing?
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away.
Come here, I like it.
And a decent return.
I watched it just for you.
27-yard line.
Yep. Baby, we talked about this. Come here. Okay, oh shit.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way.
There he goes, left side. He may go. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Elijah Arroyo, 73 yards. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, that is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown one play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
Well, that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up another touchdown.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is. I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. To throw now, Dart. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Give him 32 yards as we inch our way to the 2-minute warning.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. An inside give, Brown.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Right back to Brown. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 7 yards there and a first down.
A gain of 7. And the Packer first down.
Throwing from the gun here, Dart. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Then their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
To throw, Dart.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
Dart from the gun on 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
Brown.
will take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
So the celebration in the end zone, but meanwhile, we do have an injured player. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 35-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. He finds his man complete. That's Dawson. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
And the Vikings, first down. First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Warriors 70.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Big strides, look at him go. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Cowboy 80. Go.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Elijah Arroyo as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point attempt to come here. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. On 4th down, Corliss Waitman on to punt. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
Will Reichard to kick off.
The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter. Oh, good-looking return set up here.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Throwing his dart. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
To throw his dart. That is caught. And he's going to have the Packers first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on third down and 5.
It's a gain of 6. First down, Packers.
Play fake, and here's Dart.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Throwing his dart.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 26.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Now Dart. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Dart. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Vikings are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line.
Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Here we go.
But the good news for them, they got the football. The bad news, they have to go 99 yards here as they start this drive out on their own 1-yard line.
To throw from his end zone, Rainey. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
There's a lot about that play you can easily see coming. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line, you know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah, it could have been a safety or even given up a defensive touchdown.
Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. Third quarter here, 2nd and 10.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings.
To throw from his end zone, Rainey. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Let's go now. Bronco leading.
To throw from his end zone, Rainey. And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. And on that one, the youngster got caught holding the football a little too long in his own end zone.
And Brandon, you know how we always talk about the clock that a quarterback has to have in his head when he's passing the ball? It has to speed up when you're backed up like this because you know pressure's coming at you. He'll learn. He's just a rookie.
And the Packers first down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half. I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive.
Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, here's Dart.
And he's got the hook up to Moore. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
And it's 3rd down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. From the gun, here's Dart.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
This is taken at the 23. Good coverage there, holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Remember, they had the safety go against them the last time they had it. Fortunately, their defense just forced the punt, so they'll try again as they start 1st and 10. Up past the 30, 2nd down coming up.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a 1st down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 5. They'll start on the ground with Scatterbury.
And he stopped immediately there. 5 yards on first down, and now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
Here we go, here we go. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
From the gun on third down. Rainey. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the Vikings first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on third down.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route, but he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction and was able to track the ball in another.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 12 more yards for him there. It's a first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Here we go, check. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
They'll look to throw here on first down.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting rolled backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Here's 2nd and 10.
19 tight, 19 tight.
They'll look to throw again.
Slant route, and he's got Addison.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Go.
They'll try and run here with Scatterbury. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Back to throw now on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Will go down as a gain of 6. And that will bring up 2nd down. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4.
Ready?
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Come on, ready.
An inside run to Scatterbury. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 72 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the 4th quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he rifles one incomplete.
Well, he's been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Touchdown, Vikings! From 17 yards out. And the Vikings add on to their lead, and they appear poised to break this long losing streak. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings booming away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Dart going to look to throw here. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Derwin James with a pick. And the Vikings will take over possession here up at the 44.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 79 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
3rd and
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The Vikings on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings. Go.
Looking to throw. Rainey. And that is incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7-0 on the return. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Here's Dart. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. I think this is what this game's become now. Just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
Throwing. Dart. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that when he's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Give up the middle, Scatterboo. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Scatterboo going to run it out of the gun. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 98 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
A give, it's Scatterboo. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Packers' 28-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Ready. Gravity line.
A toss to Scatterboo, running right. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down.